Welcome to the meditation at the Global Center for Christ Consciousness today here in Sedona. We are opening with a grounding today, going into some channeling, and after that we will dip into some meditation and go into some movement, and then we'll end with any questions everyone has. And then we'll also close with a grounding to anchor all that beautiful energy in. So if everyone just like to close your eyes, really feel, take up space in this moment. Let's take a really beautiful clearing breath in together, in through the nose, out through the mouth. So deep breath in and out. Just letting go of the day. We'll do that 2 more times. 1 more. Deep breath in and out. Really releasing any emotion in the body. Deep breath in. Hold this one at the top. And sigh it out. Just for the duration of this next hour, really give yourself permission to show up for yourself in a kind and loving way, keeping any outside thoughts to a minimum, focusing on your breath, focusing on how you feel in this moment. This time is all about you, filling up, feeling nourished. And if you have any questions throughout the session, please make a note of them and we will address them at the end. And if there's no questions, we will have an oracle card reading. Let's take a unifying deep breath in. Hold it at the top. Breathe out. When you're ready, just open your eyes, or you can keep them closed for the duration. We're going to go into some channeled information coming from, I channel the Galactics, Great Spirit, all the Ascended Masters, including Christ, Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, Lao Tzu, Buddha. A lot of the Native Americans guide me also, so their voices can come through. They don't generally define who they are when they're coming through my channel. And the Pleiadians are very, very present with us today. I'm Pleiadian, and I feel like an extra special connection to the Pleiadians today. And I also channel the Wild Feminine. So any of their voices can come through, and if you would like, at any moment throughout the channel, if you would like a definition of where that information came from, please just raise your hand and I'll be happy to tell you directly who that is. So the first question that Spirit has asked me to channel today is, how can we serve more from our own spirit? And the first thing that comes through is about being joyful and just having fun. And like this earth what's going on in the earth at the moment is just, there's so much chaos, it's very chaotic. There's a lot of noise externally, there's a lot of busyness that goes on, there's a lot of expectation, there's just a lot of crap that happens externally. And spirits and these beautiful beings of light are encouraging you to go within and find out what is your greatest portal of joy, what brings you the most joy to do, that's simple and that you can do every day, that doesn't cost a lot of money, that is of you. Whether that is singing, dancing, playing, admiring nature, walking in nature, playing with your pets, doing some artwork. Any of these things connect you directly into your spirit without any hoo-ha, they're saying. So very simply doing all of these things, they connect you directly in, and they create freedom. They create this energy of what Spirit's really asking you to do is do things for no reason. Because what the ego loves is like, oh, I'm doing this because I want accolade, or I want to get money, or I want to impress my friends, or whatever the ego wants recognition in some way or some form of doing to get. That is the ego self. Whereas the Spirit just wants to do, to create, and do to express, and do to be. And this is a really important aspect of like the energy that we're going into currently in the world. It's really important that you just do things that enliven and enrich the spirit within, because that's where you're going to be, that's where you're going to feel full of spirit, and then that just pours over when you're with people. They're going to be like, what are you doing? Like, you look amazing. And people are going to really start to notice that, because you're just in joy, and you're not doing it for them to recognize it. You're doing it to literally lift up your own presence. And it's really, really important at this moment as we're shifting. There's so much, as you all can experience and shared before the session, that you're in shifting. There's so much shifting happening, right? And these activities are very anchoring into joy. And they're anchoring into the essence and the purity of your spirit. And this is an extremely important aspect of staying grounded, especially with all the changes, especially doing things like art, where you're not creating art to show or give away. You're just in the artistic creation process, to be in it, to be expressive. And even crystals want to come into play, like learning a new skill that you don't know anything about. Like, doing these kinds of things really helps your spirit have a forefront in your life. And they're like, don't overthink it. Let it be natural. Let it be enlivening. Allow it to be enlivening. And I did just hear a channel from the Pleiadians, and they're bringing this in right now, is that allow more. So of all the questions that you asked to have channeled, ladies, there is this allowing of energy. And what they're also sharing here is like, have a vision of, there's trust that wants to come in as well, of like trusting that you cannot make a wrong turn. You cannot do anything wrong. That is fallacy. There's no wrongdoing here. You're on earth. As a soul, you've made it. If you're in a human body as a spirit, you've made it. You don't need to do anything else. So there's no wrong, there's no bad, there's no mistakes. They're all opportunities to expand and grow and play. And sometimes obviously, like, there is some very extreme situations like death and suicide, and maybe someone's got harmed, or there is extreme things that it's like, how can you get the lesson out of this? How can I see the positivity, or where's the silver lining in this? Look for it. It's there. It is truly, truly there. And the more you can go deeply into these things, the more you like and harvest the experiences that you've had. Even if you're observing someone else's hardships, it's like, observe it for yourself. Like, what could be the silver lining? And if you're their friend, then maybe you can offer them that. And yes, that is a difficult aspect, to show up in that way. If someone's complaining, or if somebody is sharing something that maybe you don't want to hear, it's like, ask them, what's the silver lining? Spirit never gives you something that is going to be too overwhelming for you. So number one, you're strong enough to move through these energies. Number two, Spirit will never give you something that's not your lesson to learn. So if you've got something and you're like, this is fucked up, well, guess what? Like, you are denying yourself the opportunity to learn to learn the lesson that you set up from spirit realm when you're here. And so that's what happens in the human condition, is that people reject their own lessons because they think it's too hard. And they're like, no, I didn't set it up. And then they deny it. And literally the lesson will keep coming and keep coming and keep coming and keep coming, and until you can go, okay, ego, we're not going to listen to you anymore. And that's a hard process as well. And when you can get to that level of evolve as an evolved human, to be really able to recognize when the ego is just running the show and just like making things harder. That's all the ego does, is make things harder. And the ego needs to be honored and respected as well. We cannot be human without the ego. So it's like, okay, ego, thank you for helping me get here. Thank you for all the things that you've done for me, for all the places you've got me. Right now, I'm gonna like just go and like watch TV, like put on ego's favorite film and like put them in a room by themselves. Like, we are going to start doing things in a different way and like open up this like kind and loving dialogue with the ego so that it can go away and be pacified while you get on with the things that you came here to do, like your mission and finding abode and choosing direction and like up leveling, because that's what we're here. We're here in the age of Aquarius. Like, this is the most magical time on Earth, that literally in the history of humanity, and I'm getting super chills, this is the most magical time in human history, period. Everything that was set up in 2020, everything that's flowed on from there, all the galactic like assistance and support from all the star races, and then all of the Ascended Masters and all of like even like the dragons and the unicorns and all the mystical and magical beings, like they are even more present than ever before here on Earth, because the frequency has shifted so great and the planetary alignments, all the thing, everything's primed for ascension, and it's never been this good. Literally, it has never, ever, ever been this in alignment on any timeline in human history. And there's the Pleiadians, right? So they're sharing, and they're like, the Pleiadians are funny. They're like, tell them why you know that I know that personally as Sarah, the human here, because I was there. And I've been doing this, and my heart's mission is to help Earth to ascend. That's pretty much why I exist, why my soul exists. And so it's time. It's time to let go. It's time to be free. It's time to open heart. It's time to live in a way that is asking yourself in every moment, how can I serve here? What have I got to learn here? What can I harvest from this situation? And this is a lot of emotion here. There's a lot of like, this is hard work. This is not easy work. It's not easy to just decide that every single person that you meet is somebody to learn from, because not every single person in this world is easy to learn from. And it's often the people that are the hardest to learn from that are the ones that are going to come and find us when we're on this journey of expansion into truth. And so it's the letting go, it's the grounding, it's the breathing, it's the yoga, having a regular meditation practice, joining together with friends, playing, having fun, lightening up. Actually, they're bringing me full circle. I'd kind of forgotten where we began. But it's like coming in and like really honoring every single step of the process, honoring the hardships, honoring the ego, honoring the intense upbringing if you had one, or honoring any kind of trauma that is in the past, just honoring coming into the moment and just like sharing with yourself that everything is going to be okay. And sometimes the inner child needs to hear that. Sometimes there's an angry teenager that might need to hear that. Sometimes it's a misguided adolescent that needs to know that. It's just like there is a compassionate way to guide the more difficult parts of the psyche into alignment with the journey. And if there is any kind of resistance or any kind of battle internally that is going on, share it with someone or get a coach, or like just let it out in some way. Because a battle internalized, it creates illness in the body. It creates like overthinking. It can manifest in headaches, any kind of, you could have an injury, like all of these things, because the energy is so quickening on earth right now. These things they just want to come to the surface to be seen, heard, and processed. And not even processed out, but processed in and really integrated in. Because every single part of you gets to be loved now. Even the super hard parts, like in the past, that were hard to be loved. Ooh. So they do want to move on and address some of the things that were asked. Welcome. And they're going to... They want to really channel into the next best step, and really talking to what's the highest and best on path. So for you, Ida was the highest and best place to settle. Linda, what's the next step? Stepping into divinity/mission. And Nancy was with new living situation. Is it going to work out for the best? So there's a theme in there that they want to address for you. So as I tune in to that for you, Ida, the answer's yes. And so I know that you did not ask a yes or no question. So they're like, trust your intuition. Like, you are so on point. And sometimes you doubt that. Sometimes there is an aspect that you'll just have you'll have the best idea. And then there's either mother energy, like your own mother energy kind of talks you out of your magic and talks you out of your brilliance. There's some energy like kind of in the feminine that talks you out of your magic. And it's like, start to understand, like start to kind of have that perspective of, ooh, who are you? Start to really recognize that voice and being like, oh, okay, cool. You had just a really good idea. And it's like, what if you acted on that idea and went down that pathway of that original inspiration, like full fun idea. Like the first idea is like often when you take steps towards that and then recognizing what that voice is telling you. So they're like, trust yourself. You know, you have the knowingness, you have it inside of you that that they're like, take a step and see what happens. Take another step and see what happens. It's like, take a step in the direction that feels good to you, that you can feel it in your cells. You can feel it like reverberating. Look for signs. I clear energy through burping, so you've got some clearing happening. So yes, thank you for opening up that topic, and we can have another little chat after if you'd like to. So with Linda, your next steps into divinity with your mission. Oh, there's a lot of angel energy here. There's a lot of like big angel wings kind of like this around you, around actually the room at the moment. And there's this heart opening. So like rose quartz is coming in. If you don't wear rose quartz already, maybe get some rose quartz to wear over your heart chakra. There's a heart opening that's happening that wants to happen in a more supported way. They're showing nature, like really, and drumming. Like they're showing me this tree by a river here in Sedona, of you sitting with a drum, kind of just like drumming into your heart chakra and really just like anchoring in. Like there's some clearing that wants to happen out of your energy field of, it's literally just what happens in the human experience of, you know, tiredness and da-da-da. It's just normal human shit that spent in time in nature and grounding, like having your feet touching the ground and swimming in the river and sitting under a tree, just like with the, like they want your spine up against the tree to have this beautiful chakra connection, and drumming to kind of reconnect to some roots. You've got some like tribal roots that it just wants to connect in for you. And they're saying that it will open up. It will help you to open up. And if you can find a drumming circle where there's like some space being held for you, that can be really supportive as well. And singing and dancing for you. Like they're showing you laughing and just like playing, like with lots of colored clothes on, just like singing, dancing, and like just letting your body be free, like really unleashed energy. And Nancy, your new living situation. Do you have a pet, Nancy? Do you have an animal? It feels like there might be a dog coming into your life, a dog or a cat. Actually, I see both energies depending on what your choice is. There, that feels like it's going to help, like just really, like ground you, and it'll be very playful for you, and there may be a shift where you're living. It feels like it, because I asked the question if the new living situation is going to work out, or I think you asked, or what is best. And there feels like a bit of a no energy in your current situation, and that there may be, like, just keep your eye open for something else. There just feels like there's a person in the situation that you're in that the energy feels heavy. So it's like keep your options open there, and just, maybe where you're moving there's a dog, maybe it's not your dog, or, where you're moving you have animals there. So just keep, and they're like, and it's okay, like, it's okay that this is happening, because sometimes it feels like discombobulating to have to move a lot and things, and they're like, just kind of go with the flow with it. Like, it's okay that this is happening and this is in your higher service. So they're just encouraging you to go with the flow and ask friends and kind of be guided as to where you are kind of led to be. So let's just close our eyes for a moment, and we're going to move into the meditation portion of the session now. So let's take a deep breath in together and out and in and out. Feel your feet really beautifully planted on the ground. Feel some roots growing down into Mother Earth energy. Maybe it could be a silver cord or roots of a tree or energy, whichever feels really in alignment with you. Let them grow down into the ground. Deep breath in and out. Really relaxing deeply with every out breath, allowing the information in the channel to land inside your body, taking what you really felt aligned with you and leaving the rest. Throughout the meditation, focus on your in-breath and out-breath. Find a cadence that feels very natural and calming for you. Relaxing your jaw, your shoulders, your legs, your back, your head. Relaxing everything into this very moment. Understanding that you are a being of bliss and joy. Love is your birthright. You are pure love. There is nothing you need to do to be any greater than you already are. Focusing on bigger breaths than usual, filling your body with oxygen, releasing all the carbon dioxide. Remembering your origins in the stars. You came with a mission to give to others, to give to your tribe. And you are aligning with that mission in this moment. You see a beautiful beam of light coming down into the top of your head from the sacred dimensions of light, where your guides, your star family, your ancestors reside. They're pouring wisdom and codes into the light that's pouring into the top of your head and filling your whole body with love, light, and codes for new earth. Just feel them filling your body. You may see images or feel sensations. All of that is normal. Relax into it. Surrender into this flow, into this energy. You are fully supported by Mother Earth and fully loved and cared for by the heavens. Deep breath in and out. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Next in-breath, we will hold the breath in. Deep breath in. Hold it at the top. Deep breath out. Hold the breath out at the bottom. Deep breath in. Hold the breath at the top. Feel the integration of all of those codes you're receiving. Breathe out with a sigh. Roll the shoulders if you feel to, forward and back. Lifting them up and down. Maybe you want to roll your head around. Just releasing any tension. When you're ready, coming to a still place. Back to focusing on your breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just dropping from your mind any energy that's in your mind, any thoughts you may have. Thank them for being there, and then let them go. Imagine there's a cool breeze that's just blowing your thoughts away. And dropping into your heart space, the area behind your chest, inside your body. Breathing down into your heart center. It's called the heart chakra. Here you see a beautiful emerald. It's round and just swirling around in your heart chakra, spinning. It's gathering any negativity, it's just tension, anything that you would like to give the emerald. Give it to it now, and it is cleansing this energy from your body, your mind and soul, clearing you, readying you for your next steps, preparing you for your expansion and growth in these next days. And the gem starts to grow larger and larger in your heart. It's cleansed everything that you gave it. And the power of love that is in this stone starts to engulf your entire body and being. It expands to include your whole body, your energy field. And as large as you would like to take it, feel so protected and loved by this beautiful green gem and bubble that you are now in. Deep breath in and out. Just sitting in this bubble for a moment. Set your intention of what you would like to see happen in your life from now on. Any changes you would like to see flow. See the vision of what you desire in your mind's eye. Feel the energy of it already having happened in your heart, and bring a knowingness to your mind that it is already done. And breathe into that. Breathing in and out. Letting go of any doubt. Relaxing your body. We are going to Om together to anchor in these frequencies, this vibration. So breathe out completely. Now breathe in fully. And we're going to Om from here. We will do 2 more. If you'd like to join me, please do. If not, it's totally okay. deep breath in and out, fully relaxing into your body, holding the visualization of the beautiful green bubble that you're in. Maybe you bring a smile to your face in gratitude for the amazing work that you just did for yourself. Bowing your head, bringing your hands into prayer. Deeply honor yourself for being here today, for doing this work. Even if it's just a kind thank you to yourself in honor. Bringing your hands down, palms facing up, in receiving position on your lap. We're just going to sit in a few moments of silence to allow all those energies to integrate. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Relaxing and releasing any part of your body that feels tension right now. Bring your breath to that place. Bringing your awareness to the space just above the eyes in the middle of the forehead. This is the place of your third eye. Just tuning into that area, breathing there. You may see color or feel sensations. This is normal. It's also normal if you don't. Holding space for yourself in this moment. You are blessed. You are whole and complete. Deep breaths in and out. Starting to wake up the body, wiggle your toes and fingers gently, swaying gently side to side as you come back into the space. Any stretches you may like to do. A few more breaths in and out. Just rolling your shoulders back. Just bringing your palms together. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you, Spirit, for the meditation, the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now rubbing your hands together, creating a little bit of heat, and then gently placing them over your eyes. Taking a breath in and out. Fluttering your eyes open, and gently bringing your hands down, away from your face, back into the space. And just in this moment, just take a moment to land, take a couple of breaths. If you need to write anything down that you received during the meditation, feel free to do that. So we're going to do some movement now. So if everyone would like to stand, find a place that you can stand. We're just going to move the weight from one foot to the next, just feeling the energy, just swaying left to right, feeling the muscles engage as you have weight on the legs. Now swing your arms a bit. Feel the little bit of twist in the spine. You can close your eyes if you like. Oh, feel where the releases are happening. Really just tuning into the body. Maybe you feel it in your hips or knees or ankles. Just moving the body and just holding to one side. Feeling the stretch in the lower back. Breathing in and out. And bringing yourself around to the other side. Breathing in and out. Feeling the right hip release any tension, and just shaking the arms out. Maybe you want to shake your head or your body a little bit, shaking the legs out. And just remembering that movement is also a form of meditation, that if you don't feel like sitting one day, you could close your eyes and put some music on and move. Maybe like having space where you know you're not going to bump anything, and just doing moving meditation. When you're ready, just find your seat again. Sit back down. So meditation doesn't need to just be sitting down. It can be moving, it can be chanting, and it could be singing. There's all sorts of different ways to meditate. It's not just one way. And we have a little bit of time now if there's any questions, or if anyone would like to share anything. Do we have any questions? Okay, great. So yeah.
I hear people all the time besides laughing and like being in joy, we can laugh, we can find things that inspire us, but is there any type of technique to open our heart consciously?
Okay, awesome. So the question is opening our heart consciously. And thank you, Ida. That's an amazing question, really, really pertinent as well. And yes, and to your point, you can do laughing practices, you can watch comedy, and you can be with friends, and these are all heart openers. And more conscious ways to open the heart is the rose quartz and any green stone, they all relate to the heart chakra. So if you lay down, and we're in Sedona, so you could go and find some red earth, and if you don't want to just lay in the red earth, you could put something down, but make sure you have a hand or a foot like touching the red earth, and lay in the sun and put stones on your heart chakra. It doesn't matter which ones. You can literally, you could just use a clear quartz if that's all you have. You can put them on your body and then pray. You could just be in nature, allowing the wind and the sun and the environment to really open up that area, and have an intention of it doing that, because intention's the most powerful thing. Like, I intend from doing this. You could even get creative, and if you have like an eyeliner or a lipstick pencil and draw hearts, or draw a lotus flower, literally the world is your oyster. Like, literally any creative aspect of opening your heart that you want to do, and intentionally, maybe it's a triangle or whatever, a star, or whatever it is that means and connects to heart opening for you. Do that you could ritualize it, you could light some candles, have some incense, maybe some water, and maybe do a little water blessing on your heart. Rose oil is like the highest frequency oil known to man, and you could put a little bit of rose oil on your heart. That would definitely open it up. And then, like choosing one of those or all of those and laying down in the sun and just really allowing the sun to shine through the crystal that you've chosen to put there, breathing into it and imagining a rose or lotus or some form of flower inside your heart, and then just imagine it just opening and opening and opening, like, when you see those time-lapse opening flowers, like find something that you connect with. Maybe it's a red rose or a pink rose, or not a rose, some other flower. Like, you could watch it and then imagine it in your mind's eye, or imagine it, hear it, just like see it opening. So that is a practice. That's kind of a ritual way of doing it. They just showed me swimming in the creek. It won't just open your heart chakra, it will open all of your chakras. And actually, that was a message that I got today about this, is like chakra alignment is really necessary at the moment, because there is so many pulls on the energy field. Chakras can come out of alignment, and they just were mentioning earlier also to have some form of healing, energy healing. See it, someone who aligns chakras or does Reiki. Reiki also opens and aligns chakra points. Cranial sacral therapy also does. And it will help you. So, because yes, they understand just saying open your heart, it's like the ego is like, well, how the fuck do we do that? It's not an easy thing that it's not a normal thing. Oh, we don't just open a door. And even in that, in them saying that, literally you can even visualize opening a door. And then, as they're also sharing here, is understanding why the heart chakra may be closed in the first place. Like addressing that, understanding like, yeah, then maybe there's a really good reason why the heart chakra has been closed for a while. And feeling what those emotions are, recognizing what's actually really going on there. What was the pain or the hurt or did it come from internally? Did it come from a relationship, broken kind of interaction with someone? Like why is the heart chakra needing to be opened? Why is it closed? So kind of looking into those things can be really helpful as well. And it's connecting the emotion to the body, because a lot of times the energy field will be one way and you feel like your body, you feel like it's open. You feel like, you know what, it is open. And then energy-wise, there might be something in the energy that's getting in the way, which connects to emotions. So what Spirit's sharing here is to connect the body to the energy, and then working through that with consciousness, you know, to really open the heart and affect it. And that was one of the other questions. It was like, how can we continually affect change in our life? By continually doing things that help us, that challenge us, like having some form of coach or therapy, especially if there's trauma or things like that, that can help us to continually up level and support the growth and expansion that most humans are here for at this moment in time. Especially in this city, in Sedona. Okay, another thing that they're sharing is spinning. Have you heard of the whirling dervishes? They have a spinning practice. So what they were showing, and if you haven't, like, you can Google that, and spinning is a practice. And what they were showing is like being out in a field, in nature, like in the sun, and like showing the chest, and then spinning. And it has an effect on the heart chakra. Also, hugging trees, putting the heart chakra onto a tree and hugging trees helps. Do you have any other questions related to that? Thank you for asking. That was really amazing. There's one other question that I had prepared, which is for the collective, which is, what are the things we can do daily that help raise the frequency of ourselves and the planet? And the first thing that comes through is meditation. Meditation is like a really important aspect to making sure you're disengaging from the ego and attuning yourself to higher frequency. And you don't only help yourself when you meditate, you're also having a direct effect on the collective consciousness and Earth herself, because you are a part of nature. And then when one person does that, it has an effect. When two people do it, it has an even bigger effect. When 3, 4, 5, when there's a critical mass of humans doing one thing with intention of raising their own frequency and the frequency of the planet, it starts to really shift and assist with planetary shifts, with consciousness shifts, with us pouring in that energy into our own practice. And the way that Spirit loves to do it, or loves to channel it through me specifically, is having some form of ritualized practice. So you wake up at a certain time, you do meditation at a certain time. It does not need to be rigid or strict. You can do different types of meditation within that time frame. It's just decide daily, morning, night. If you can, do both. That's the encouragement to do both. It really helps bookend the day and send off into very dreamy sleep with minimum 10 minutes, maybe less at night. It's setting up your day for success and like anchoring in, like really being intentional about life. So meditation, having a regular practice, choosing what time you're going to do it in the morning, maybe a little bit before bed if you can, starting with 10 minutes or so if you can do more, awesome, and just committing to it every day. Everyday commitment to yourself and the planet if you're on this journey. And then some other things are like eating healthy, watching sugar intake, alcohol intake, being intentional in everything that you're doing, your attitude towards other people, how are you treating, what's your internal dialogue, what are the words that are coming out of your mouth. Really just coming into Christ consciousness. We have such beautiful access to Christ consciousness today, and that's completely compassionate and loving, even in difficult situations, like learning to navigate hardship. And of course we're human, of course we're going to make mistakes, of course we're going to piss people off sometimes or hurt people, and it's like, what do we do after that? What's the follow-on from that? How are we going to see that energy through? So it's like bringing consciousness to all of those things and really listening to spirit. That's another thing, is like learning how to hear your guides. Meditation goes hand in hand with that, is opening up that channel in the mornings and asking, praying. I heard today, like deepening your prayer practice into like asking what is on path for me to do today. How could I help humanity and myself today? How can I be in service to the highest path for myself and others today? That is what being human is all about. It was supposed to be anyway. It was about how can I be in service to myself and others and the evolution of our planet. That is the essence of why Earth was created in the beginning of time, when Earth was created. So it's like we're getting back to that, and we can bring true intentionality to that and really affect the collective and really start to affect the planet as well. So in closing, the Pleiadians would just like to share how much they love all of you and how proud of humans they are for all the work they're doing, proud of all of you they are, because it's not easy being here right now, it's not easy being human, and you've all chosen to be here at such a magical time, and they want you to know that you can call on them, and they are very, very present. They can have a lot of effect here with permission. So all you have to do is ask, and they will show up for you, and they will be present in your life to help you do whatever it is that you desire to do, especially of the light, obviously. They really fully love and support you. So just in closing, if you'd just like to close your eyes one more time, take a deep breath in and out. Thank you to the Pleiadians, the beings of the light, the ascended ones, the guides, all of the beings of light that supported the channel today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for everyone who was here and received this wisdom and energy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to all the technology that made it possible and the people that made it possible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bring your hands into prayer. Do the closing of your choice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Aho.